Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the show. It's me, your host for the day, Mr. B. We've got Kohunde, we've got Shah, and we've got Monday top right-hand corner. Unfortunately, Solo's not going to be with us today, so yeah, you've got me hosting the the Man United agenda today. This is the post show. This is our reaction to the Leeds Manchester United game. Not too depressed, me personally. No injuries, but we'll get onto our whole opinion and our thoughts. But Kohunde, how you doing today, big man, with your Crunk Gym t-shirt there, flexing your muscles?
Yeah, all good, thanks. All good. Everyone good?
Yes, sun shining. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Shah, big man, let's hear your opinion on let's have your opinion. For a change, we'll switch it up a bit. Let's have your opinion on the whole game. Not going into too much specifics, but your broad opinion of the whole game for today.
I think both teams were just as bad as each other in a loss of possession. We should have buried the game in the first 15, 20 minutes. There was a couple of opportunities. Our set pieces have been awful again. There's something that needs to improve there. Overall, it's a fair result for the performance that was put in by both teams, if I'm honest. I don't really think either team showed that they deserve it more than the other.
Kohunde?
Yeah, I second that. I knew it was going to be a dire game as soon as I saw the McFred starting. I knew that we probably weren't going to create anything, and we probably weren't going to lose. So that's what's to be expected when you put out a team like that. And I think obviously something could have changed if Ollie made the right substitution sooner, but he didn't. And it's a point away to Leeds. It's not the end of the world. We're still in second place. Yeah, bit of a boring game.
On Monday, I'm so scared. Can I have your opinion? Can I have your opinion on the game today, please?
It wasn't the best game to watch. I think we all agree on that. Really frustrating sometimes. You know, it makes you want to pull your hair out. And well, unlike you guys, makes me want to pull my hair out. Sorry.
No
disrespect, yeah. Now, jokes aside, I just think Leeds energetic, closing down. People were saying that they're fouling and they're vicious and all that kind of thing. It wasn't vicious. They were just on it. They were like man marking. On every Bruno had no space. No one had any space, and I sensed that one of our players was going to get sent off through bare frustration. In a time like this, it just really highlights that we haven't got players who are good at ball retention. And if you got good ball retention, you can pop it off when people are rushing you like that. It would make life a lot easier. So playing in the half was very difficult when they're closing you down. So it's like that. So yeah, it was a really tough game to watch for me.
I was expecting a lot worse, if I'm honest. I was expecting a lot worse. But
I'm interested in what you think, Mr. B.
Dire. We gave the ball away. We made 2 passes, gave the ball away, apart from when it went to Fred, and then he lost it on 1 pass. They gave the ball away. They harried. We weren't prepared, or it didn't look like we were prepared for the harry. For them closing us down. It was just such a bitty game. The second half, I hope the second half would have been an improvement, because for whatever reason, that's what Ollie's been doing. We've been improving. We had more chances in the second half, but then they had more chances. I think up until it was a game played like both teams, not saying didn't want to score, but there wasn't that final. I'm not sure. It just seemed to be missing that final decision. Whether, Leeds are safe, they're happy with. They would have been happy with not getting a 6-2 again. We didn't want to go engage ourselves in certain things. I mean, I do believe. Shut up, you. I do believe that that Leeds. It wasn't a dirty Leeds performance, but every player today reminded me of Fernandinho, where if there was an opportunity to clip a man, to stop a break or to stop a pass, that's what they did. So that was more frustrating for me. Leeds not not letting us play. They're not supposed to try and let us play. And in all fairness, there's a lot of games where we don't play. So I'm not going to sit here and say, but with that central midfield of, you know, it's prime time, it's early, so I'm not going to call them what I'm going to call them. But you all know what my name for them is. I don't believe that we've got any chance of
trending. Trust me.
I don't believe we've got any chance of breaking down a team with them coming on. The fact that the subs were made so late was more to do with, I think, appearance money to keep them sweet in regards to they've come on the pitch and they've earned their extra money. Everybody's happy with that, because to bring Van der Beek on with 1 minute left and to bring Cavani on with 4 minutes left makes no sense to me. I don't think he was happy getting that result. No injuries. Rashford played the whole game. He didn't walk off the pitch with that side limp that he's normally doing. You know, when he's emphasizing that he's injured, that's why he's come off. So all in all, for the next game, I'm happy. For this game, it's more a frustration in the way that the players played. But with them two in midfield, that's what I expected. That's my overview of the game.
Good.
Leeds. What do we think of Leeds players? I know we had a discussion about Leeds Danger Men on our preview show. I'm trying to think who we spoke about, but I know Monday's going to remember, so that's good. I'm going to start with Monday. Do you think that the players that we mentioned had a good game, or?
Yeah, so we mentioned Costa, the Portuguese left-foot winger. We mentioned the striker from Chelsea, Bamford, and we also mentioned Phillips, the midfielder. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bamford held at the ball, does what he does. Didn't really get in behind. Didn't really do much, to be honest. Wasn't giving much service. Costa, really difficult to judge him today. He was quite poor. These guys were just doing the running, closing down. So even he was on it as well. So you don't really see the other side of his game. All we're seeing is just running, shuttle runs kind of thing. You might as well just watch a training session of doing like shuttle runs and all that kind of thing. It's true. You get more out of that than you would today. And Phillips, he done a job on Bruno. I thought Calvin Phillips done a really good job on Bruno, frustrated him, didn't give him no time to turn or space. And Bruno, as soon as he was touched, he was looking to the ref, and I thought he was going to lose his head.
Yeah, I mean, did you notice the man marking job that Phillips did on him today?
Yeah, brilliant.
Anybody noticed? I mean, do you think that is a slight on Manchester United that they've basically man-marked a player and said it's 10 versus 10 or 9 versus 9 on the pitch in regards, because obviously the goalies won't be getting involved? Do you think that that's an indictment on the way that our club is or the team was set up today? And I'm going to put that question to Kohunde.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that, just because of the man marking or whatever. Because if you go back to the first game when we played Leeds, we beat them 6-2. I think Leeds were, today, I just felt that they were just hoping for the draw. They were just, and what they're doing, closing down and all that, I felt they were just playing for that draw. And they weren't as adventurous as last time, because last time we caught them on the break and everything else like that. And this is a team that, again, beat Man City last week or the week before, 2-1 at their ground with 10 men. So, tactically, their manager, we know he's a very good tactician. I remember him when he was in charge of the Argentina national team. Had to play really well. So, I'm not going to read too much into this game. I'm not going to be too negative about it either, because I think these are good sides. They're a very good side. I really rate Phillips. I think he's a guy that we haven't really mentioned as a potential target. We've talked about the guy at Brighton, we talked about Declan Rice, but why not Phillips? Do
you think Leeds will sell a player to Manchester? Sorry, I'll let you finish. Sorry.
No, go on. I didn't hear that. Say that again.
Yeah, do you think that Leeds would sell? I know maybe the rivalry is not as bad as it, maybe to me, it's not as bad, but I just can't see Leeds selling a player to us.
I think they will.
Alan Smith and Cantona.
Yeah.
And let's set up Phillips, get him to sleep with the manager's wife or daughter.
Yeah. I just think he's someone that we should be looking at because he's England international. He's a good baller, very good on the ball, and obviously today's performance again. If he's Mark Bruno out of the game, he's got some quality.
On Monday, same question. Although maybe we don't even remember what I asked.
Yeah, you were saying about the tactics to eliminate Bruno out the side. I think, yeah. So I rate their manager. I think he's tactically superior to what we've got. So if he went out there and said, right, this time I want you to close down. They do this every week anyway, but stop Bruno. Because I think maybe a lot of our play goes through Bruno. Our players are wary of Bruno. They always want to give him the ball, whereas they'd rather give Bruno the ball than Wan-Bissaka, for example. Even though Wan-Bissaka done really well today, actually, going forward. But yeah, that is an indictment on our club because without Bruno, as we all agree, Bruno's made a huge difference to our club. Just one player, just from his ability and giving us that creativity. One player, cancel that player out, we look mess. So yeah, that speaks volumes.
I wish I didn't ask the question now. Shaw?
I think the lads have covered it really well, to be honest with you. Obviously, Leeds came in with those tactics. And then having the McFred sandwich in the middle there. There wasn't no McSauce anywhere, was there? There was just McFred with no gherkins and nothing, like just behind Bruno. You close off Bruno, then you kind of normally expect your other CDMs or someone to come in, step up, be the space. Again, the frustrating thing that I saw a lot in the game as well was there was points when we could pass a ball in between that back line and they weren't doing it. Like, it would just go straight out to the wings and then it would be a ball back in, no one's there. I'll talk about the width. Like, I understand it. Modern football has a lot of width in it compared to the old days. But these balls that are going over the top from Lindelof, like, because he thinks he's Paul Scholes after one or two balls.
He's done it once, yeah.
Like, all right, fine. Confidence. Like, there's nothing else on. But when it goes to Bruno, when it goes to that midfield, if they're not going to put it through, then it's going to be easy for someone like Leeds to put in and close down Bruno because the ball's only going to go one way. It's not going any other way because the others can't pick it up. So I think they've done really well with their tactics today from Leeds' perspective. From a defensive point of view, they were going to probably try and play on the break and the counter, which didn't happen.
Sorry. I think the other player, forgive me, I was wrong. The other player they talked about was the Man City guy, who's the one on loan Man City.
Harrison.
Yes. So Harrison, he was direct, and that was the other player we picked out the other day. We didn't pick up Phillips, but we mentioned Phillips already. Phillips played well on Bruno.
So, I mean, are we looking at this game negatively in regards to the fact that we drew it? Or I know some of us in here expected us to lose 4-2. Or was it a thing where we're happy that we got through the game? My opinion is I'm happy we got through the game. Pogba was rested. Yeah, you laugh, yeah?
You got me there.
Pogba was rested. Cavani was rested.
Yeah.
So these are, it's a shame, but these are our big two. Yeah, you keep chuckling. These are our big two players. I'm happy. I'm not going to sit here and be upset with the result. The performance, yes, I'm upset with, but the bigger picture is Thursday. Second place. I mean, look, we're 24 unbeaten away from home. Let's not take it for a joke. You do a 5 or a 6, all right, it's a good run. But when you're reaching 14 and 15, maybe the players have got in their head that they want to get this as much as they can, and they decided that, you know what, maybe we don't want to lose this game. We're not going to go for it. Leeds ain't showing us nothing, and if we don't have to force it, we've got another game under our belt. I don't know what our record is, but we must have passed it sooner. 24 games unbeaten away from home. As much as we sit here, talking about the lack of tactics and the fact that we've got certain players playing in certain positions in the team, that's not a record to really be snuffed at, you know. So our biggest game is Thursday. Our biggest game of the season is Thursday. Let's be honest. So 0-0, it's a touchy result, but it's something that, you know, in the bigger picture, the bigger scheme of things, it wasn't too bad. You know, moving forward, what do you think that we could do to improve? Obviously, we've got Roma on Thursday. Will do you think Ollie's going to make a lot of changes from the team that he put out today, and that's going to go to a Monday?
We're going to discuss this in the preview of the show on Wednesday, maybe. Yeah. So,
okay.
That's our big game.
Brief 1 minute one.
Yeah, that's our big game after Leeds. I was hoping as you said, we come through unscathed, no injuries or anything like that, nothing pressing unless something comes out. Against Roma, different ball game, different game altogether, different level. The pressing is going to be different. The quality of the players we up against is going to be different. It's all going to be different, just completely different new world for these players. So hopefully we'll be on the training pitch and observing Roma and seeing what they got. Because to be honest, I don't really know myself. I've only seen clippets like YouTube 2-minute videos. I think with some changes need to be made. I'd rather see ball players on the pitch. Van der Beek, Pogba, not James, and not Ting. If you're going to have Rashford, that would be the only guy I'd have in there as a quick guy, because I think we're going to need more ball possession and not so worry about this because they've seen how we play. Not worry about having these guys up front. Maybe Greenwood, Rashford, but Cavani's got to play. Van der Beek's got to play. Bruno's got to play, and Pogba's got to play. Put all these players in. Fred, out.
Right, leave it there. Kohunde?
Yeah, I agree with Monday. I agree with him, but I know what I'm going to see. So Van der Beek's definitely not going to play because he hasn't played all season. But we do need more ball players in there. So Pogba will definitely start. I think he was rested for today. Obviously, Bruno will start. Probably might start in a wide area. I don't know what Ollie's thinking. I think Ollie will play Fred because he likes him. And is it the away leg first? Or?
We're home first.
What if it's home? I think we should Pogba, the McFred thing's got to break up. We can't play the McFred at home. We can't do that. I think we've got to try and win the game at least. And then
that sandwich needs to be discontinued ASAP.
Yep.
It needs to come off of that menu.
It's a big week. It's a big week next week. 2 big games in a week. So, yeah.
Okay, Shah, your thoughts, your brief thoughts, couple minutes, and then we'll go back to the Leeds game.
So, Roma, last 5 have had some poor results. They've had 2 red cards in the last couple of matches as well, which is not Europa-based, but I think they're just going tactically reserve as much energy for this match because the away goals are going to be important for them. Their away record. Their last result was 1-1. They lost to Torino 3-1. Ajax 1-1. Roma beat Bologna 1-0. And they drew before that, and then they lost before that.
Bologna. He's talking sandwiches again.
Sandwiches, mate. Oh, that's what I'm thinking about. Is a nice Italian BMT. Roma, and then so they draw that. I don't think their form is that great in comparison to ours. So I think we should have a good. This is a good opportunity to put a good lead into place. 100%. I don't feel worried about them. I'm just looking at the last results, the teams they played. Napoli beat them 2-0. Napoli is just as good as United. They're not better. We're better than them.
Are Roma as good as AC Milan? We beat them.
Exactly. We're not worried about them.
I'm not worried. Too worried, but I think we have
1 minute is
set up the right team.
All right.
I think 100%. I think Pogba starts.
Yeah. We've had our 7 minutes off topic. Now we go back to the Leeds game. Look, Ollie, we all have our opinions on Ollie. Into those in this show. What are we expecting from, obviously this Leeds game is gone now. What are we expecting moving forward for the rest of the season from the squad? Premier League. Forget about Europa. Premier League. What improvements on Monday would you like to see? Obviously, there's improvements that up until the season ends, but moving forward, do you want us to give other players a chance as we've consolidated? Would you be willing to accept maybe dropping off, losing a few points, but giving players like Ahmad starts? You know, giving players like Twanzebe starts. So it may not necessarily be results based now, but it's bedding players in for next season.
Fantastic what you just said, Mr. B. I totally agree with you. You made some really good points there. You took the words right out of my mouth. You might as well pass me on, because I agree with everything you just said there. I will be playing Ahmad. He scored a nice free kick on Friday. And a lot of these other youngsters, they're playing really well. They're on form. It would be great for their confidence to bring them in and give them a first team start before the end of the season. I haven't seen the fixture list, but I know we've got Liverpool on Sunday. That's going to be a huge game. But to be honest, it's not huge. It's huge for them. It's not huge for us. If you see my YouTube video about it, you know, it means nothing. It's like a walk in the park for us. We're focused on Roma. That's what we've got to do. But yeah, I'd love to see Ahmad play. Give him a start. I'd love to see Twanzebe. I'd love to get that guy back from Nottingham Forest, put him in. You know, I just want to see these young players. It really excites me. Zidane, Hannibal. I'd love to see any of them come through. Maybe a bit too young, not ready yet. But at PSG, Xavi Simons played the other day, and he's 17, 18 and skinny and still boy size, and he's still got a game. So, yeah, I'd love to see that. Great point, Mr. B.
Kohunde?
Yeah, I would like to see it, but I think Ollie's going to want to secure the second first, so I don't think we'll see it until there's nothing to play for, unless, you know, if with a couple of games to go, that all the top 4 positions are secured. Because Ollie's not going to risk it and finish in third again or whatever, because he's going to say that's not progress. If we get second, he wants to say, well, that's progress from last season. We were third, now we're second. So I do obviously want to see them play, but I think it is important to maybe secure the second spot first. And then next season, you know, I'm looking forward to the summer and our tours and everything, and them getting run-outs and seeing what they could do.
On Monday?
I've already spoken.
Oh, yeah, it was so brief. I forgot that you spoke. We've got a message here from Mr. Silver Fox. Guna, special guest on the Studs Up last week, didn't say much, but got his boy to talk for 45% of the time. But I understand that he was nervous, and the topic that he brought up obviously wasn't something that he believed in, but wanted to get some clicks. So, you know, my nap was good, bro. You concentrate on one. Oh, you've lost to Everton already. Sorry. You concentrate on your game on Thursday. Do your job, and then you can come on our show, because nobody watches the show that you do on the Armory. But click, follow, like the Armory, because that's what we do here, yeah? So, yeah, look, it wasn't a great game, and I understand your point about the nap right there. We've got the host. Our
resident host.
Yeah, this is the big boss here. Good afternoon, gentlemen. What's your thoughts on the Daniel James performance tonight? In the great words of a Monday, he was
Trash.
We've got
Joel, thank you for coming on board. We appreciate you.
Special guest.
Oh, jeez, we've got a special one here. You want me to? I believe. Let's see now. Don't blame me. You want me to invest money into this tin pot club, but can't even beat Leeds? Nah, I think I'll keep giving you the Buccaneers financial leftovers. At least they can guarantee me trophy. To be completely honest, the only reason why I accepted the Super League invite was to get a healthy payout before I sell this dying club.
Brilliant. Again.
I'm beginning to think I know who's behind all of these, but we'll leave it at that.
Very good, man.
We've got one from Talk MU.
Say hi to Talk MU. Top best at the accents.
This is the Scouse Harry Maguire, yeah?
Yeah, brilliant. That's Geordie, that's a fucking New Yorker accent.
Yeah.
Top man.
Yeah. Welcome to Moles. What did he say? Welcome to Moles. Oh yeah, he's so funny. Yeah, big guy, funny guy.
God, classic.
This is from Adam Morris. I was with Mr. B until he said Twanzebe. Listen, we all have disagreements, but at the end of the day, Twanzebe should be playing. You can't talk, so any message that you post now, I'm not going to let you answer. Message from Talk MU. Diallo is a baller.
Yeah.
Agreed. Mr. Silver Fox. I only needed 1 minute 40 seconds. I enjoyed everyone else's 54 minutes to talk their breeze. Not to mention Solo's filthy hosting tactics. And we've got a reply from Talk MU. He's laughing. He's bottom roller. Funny guy. Lads. So look, we're sitting here, we're rambling, which means the game wasn't that exciting. But we do need some team scores. We really do need some team scores. Yes, Amonde's got his piece of paper. I'm going to go with you. Where do you want to go? 1, 2, or 3?
As in what, picking players?
What order? No, what order do you want to go in? Because I see you got your paper there. So
I'm ready. I can fire away off the top. Yeah, so I'm ready.
I'm going to go with you. Governor Monday. Fire it off. Let's see what you've got.
Whole team, yeah?
Yeah, the whole team. Yeah, we'll go through the whole team as one. Yeah.
All right. Henderson, nothing to do. Wan-Bissaka, really impressed. Done a bit more going forward. Raiding and getting a bit more confidence. That's the way to go. Lindelof, nothing to do. Harry Maguire, nothing to do. Yellow card, but it means nothing. I was really worried there. I thought it'd be out of the Liverpool game until Kahinde told me it wouldn't be this case. Shaw, really good going forward. He's been excellent all season. Can't fault him. Fred, let's move on. McTominay, done well. I thought this game was, when it's like a pressing, fast, being strong, that's his sort of thing. He could play for Leeds. Bruno, frustrated, had no time, had no space, and I expected better from him. I'm worried about his temperament. I hope he doesn't like him in a big game when they're going to... If I'm watching and going against Bruno, I'll say kick him, wind him up like Zidane. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's going to do something stupid. I can see that in him. Just to watch out. James, I've actually something positive I said about James today. He played in the first half. Ball got played in the box. He played a first-time pass, and it went to feet in the box. And I had to write it down. I got my pen out. I was like, where's my pen? Bloody hell. Let me write this down. Apart from that, trash. Rashford, trash. Wants to shoot all the time. You're not going to shoot. You can shoot. He's like Lampard now. He shoots whenever he wants, and then he scores about 1% of his when he's on target. It's not good enough. Rashford, you need to provide more for the team. Don't run into players. Stop shooting all the time. You're not that player. You're not Ronaldo. Greenwood, I thought he was just decent, Shah. And I thought that as a whole, I thought the team were a bit reluctant to really go for it. Thinking about Roma. So, yeah, let's go for Roma. If we play against Roma, I'll forgive them for this performance. Thank you.
Shaw?
I'm just going to give the whole team, just round it up 4.5 to 5, basically, because there was no one that was above that. I don't think there was excelling. I did say, Greenwood, to me, this is the first match where we see him as a number 9. I thought personally, there was his all-round game was really good. Generally, winning the ball back, his hunger. He was beating players while getting kicked. There was a point when he took on 5 men, went out to the wing, and I thought, do you know what? For a kid to be that positive and look up at men, because these are grown men at Leeds, they're not like little kids around. That he took that on. Rashford again, same like Monday. I think to be honest with you, Monday covered it off really well. There's no point in talking about the rest of them. There's one thing that I'd like to say is that Van der Beek was on the pitch for 5 minutes, yeah, and inside that 5 minutes, he lashed out the biggest kick, yeah, because he was so frustrated in 2 minutes. So that just goes to show the kind of game that was had all game. He was on the pitch for 4 minutes, and he got so pissed off that he left the leg out just to give away a free kick and waste time. So, and that's Van der Beek with a football brain, using that kind of aggression and energy that was given off from Leeds to take off. And overall, yeah, 4.5, 5 from me.
Kohunde?
I'm going to give everyone a 6, except for James. I'll give him a 5. There's nothing really to talk about in terms of individual performances. I thought Luke Shaw was good again today. Fullbacks were good, solid, and everything, but there's nothing that will stand out. Especially the back line, nothing to do. Everyone was just solid, did their job. The James, I only give him a 5 because, again, the delivery. There's a couple of times where I think it was between him and Bruno, like they had a bit about him taking the ball off him or something. You know, the goal scoring chance is an opportunity. But James is just because he's got his head down all the time. He's not really clocking on to things.
Sorry to interrupt, bro.
Something else that he did was just.
Did you see Bruno's reaction to that?
Sorry.
You know when him and Bruno got tied up when they were going through in goal. Did you see Bruno's reaction to him? By the time he ran off to the corner, he turned around. You could see he was mad.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And you've got to be wary. Got to be wary, definitely.
No, but I don't mind that. I would be vexed too. You got to say to him, "What the hell are you doing?" You know. To James, he was talking to James. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. No. That's a good point because James hasn't got that brain, and he's just head down all the time. So I just don't think he belongs at United in the long run. He might be a useful squad player to have, but I don't even. Is he useful? I don't know. And. So I'm like I said, I don't really have any comments to make on players. They just did their job. I'll give everyone a 6 except for James. 5. I think.
You know what he's useful for? You know what he's useful,
What's he useful for?
James. You know when it's like in Manchester, it's always raining. So after training session, when the rest always starts raining, you want to go inside. He'd be the guy to say, "Get the corner flags or get the cones."
How quick you get? 30 seconds. 30 seconds to get all 4 corner flags.
That's the thing. Make use of it, man.
I'd like to see James's, face when Bruno was looking at him, and they look, that eye contact they made, just a slow-mo, like. You could just.
I think Palestri could come in next season and challenge him for his place. And he's a young boy.
There's no challenge.
Take.
Well,
Come in and take.
Yeah. You get.
There's a few wingers out,
and give him his boots like old YTS and say, "That's for you."
Yeah.
Polished. You know.
We could I think United could get about 15 million for James. What we paid for him. I think Leeds still want him. I think there's stuff that still want him. So maybe it might be good to cash in on him.
Yeah.
Save up for a good signing. So if we get Sancho, what do we need James for? Really?
Don't.
If we get who? Hucho? We're getting David Hucho. That's who we're getting. We ain't getting no Sancho, bro. We ain't getting none of them type players. Trust me, we're not getting none of those type.
If we do get Sancho, James' career is over at United.
Let's hope it ends then, Let's hope it's a positive summer. I mean, look, we've given. So on Monday gave the whole team a average of 5. Was it a 5?
Fullbacks. I gave the fullbacks 7s. I thought the fullbacks were good today.
See, I would have agreed with you. I mean, Wan-Bissaka today, I think stepped up. There was he did a dribble.
Yeah.
And I thought, I thought he actually looks.
Yeah.
He looked like it was something that he meant to do instead of something that he stumbled into happening. I mean,
when he's like doing that long stretch, and it comes the back of his ankle.
Thank you. I thought Wan-Bissaka probably 6 the whole team, and Wan-Bissaka probably a 7, Luke Shaw a 6.5, and I think the 6.5 is the lowest that I've ever given Luke Shaw for the whole season. But I think Wan-Bissaka was probably our most productive player today. Yeah, I'll give him a 7 and everybody else a 6.
Agreed.
I mean, look, we've got another couple of minutes here to natter and to talk about. We're not going to score the managers today. I think that's a something for another show. I just want your thoughts on what we're going to be doing, what we expect to be happening post-season. Players, you know, I want 3 players who you want removed. You've got 1 minute each. 3 players you want removed from the Man United squad at the end of the season. Go, Shah.
Phil Jones. First one's definitely got to be Phil. I think Matt has potential time's up. There's no point in keeping him in the squad just as a player. And I think Daniel James, if I'm honest. I think if those 3 were to leave, I'll be happy because Jesse's has been good. If he comes back in, he's a perfect replacement for James. If we're going to go like we need a player to play, Jesse.
I think his head's frozen. His head's stuck. I'm going to go to you on Monday. What you got for me?
I've got 4 players that want out this season. I mean, out. You know, don't bring them back. Bailey, I want him out. That will open up the need to get another defender in. As my Kahinde always says, bring in Tunzebi. Jones, obviously, that's say no more. Fred, I think he should go. I think he's killing us, absolutely killing us. And James as well, I want out because we all know why.
Kahunde.
I'm going to say Phil Jones, Jesse Lingard, and Daniel James. They're the ones that least effective. I mean, Lingard, I like him, but I think he's got to stay at West Ham for his own career, to develop his own career, because he's not going to play ahead of Bruno. Jones is not going to play. And who's the other one I mentioned? James. James. I think we will get Sancho. So if that happens, then I'm just going to say the players that I'm not going to play, because I'm not a fan of Fred, but he will play. So those players are useless to us. So Matt is on his way out already. Contract.
What about Matic? No one's mentioned Matic.
No, Matic has to stay. Experience. Okay. I think we need him for certain games where players.
Yeah.
And he collects the fine money as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
he's getting paid to collect the fine money. That's Matic's.
He came around my house the other day for my council tax.
Sorry, I've got a message here from Talk MU. Yeah, answering our question. Out James and Jones.
Yeah.
In Kunde, Rice, Kane or Haaland and Sancho.
Agreed, guys.
Bruv, if we got that and Oli isn't top by January, then he needs to get the sack. But I wouldn't take. I just can't see. That's like fantasy. That's like real fantasy here. I just think that would be so difficult to do. I'll take 2 of them. I'll take 2 of those players off that list that he just had, that Talk MU had. I will take 2 of those players. 1, 2, right. Yeah, I'll take 2. I think I would take Declan Rice, and I would take Sancho.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'll take I'll take Declan Rice and Sancho. That way, then I think, yeah.
Can I say something? We all know that Kane possibly wants to leave if they don't get into the Champions League and all that. I don't want him, and I don't want to be associated with him.
I wonder why. What class isn't he?
Well, beyond that, yeah, we all know he's not world class. We all know that, but I just don't want the guy. I don't want him being linked with our club. He's going to change the whole. Not that we've got a system. I just don't want him. I really don't want the guy. Something tells me it's bad news.
I don't think Oli wants him either, bro.
Good.
I don't think it's happening. I think Kane's gonna go somewhere else.
Good.
Genuinely.
Good.
I think Greenwood. That's why Greenwood's getting so much game time as number 9. I think.
You think?
He's been getting a lot more than what he's had all season, and even the season before when he's breaking in. He's been playing as a proper out and out number 9.
Yeah.
And the only way you're going to learn in a position is by playing that position at that top level. You can't learn any other way, right? And Ollie's thinking, well, look, we've potentially got a second. So I think that's what's going on. I don't think he's going to go for a number 9 this year. And then also, if Haaland stays, Monday, then if Haaland stays at Dortmund this season, then he comes out cheaper the following season after. And I think the same thing is going to happen where we get all hyped up about Haaland, Sancho, all the papers, all the media, everything. And I think he'll stay. And then we might have, I think he'll go a bit cheaper next season.
Our favourite friend, Talk MU, he says he would take Mings, to be honest. And let me just say on Mings, a few years ago, he was playing at Brighton, Bournemouth as a left back. He came from Ipswich Town as a left back. He's put a lot of weight. Maybe he's on creatine or whatever he's doing. He turned into a good, decent centre back. And he talks a lot, gives it all that kind of thing. But I'm not a fan, to be honest. I'm not a fan of his. I think it's all a lot of that, acting like he's organising, and really, I don't see him doing much on the pitch.
One day, I tell you that internal microphone that you have there is incredible. I tell you. Let's see, we got another one from Talk MU here. I think for Greenwood to bag a ton of goals, we need to play 4-4-2 diamond. Thoughts?
Can I go on this one? Yeah. All right. So, do we have the players to play that? The answer is yes. It depends on our signings, what we make this season. So that would kill players like Diallo, because this is all like Bruno and Van der Beek. Do you understand? Saying 4-4-2, and then Pogba and someone sitting deep. So that will kill any kind of wingers that we have. That would kill Martial. That would kill Rashford in a way, and then we'd have to have a proper centre forward, not these fake number 9s or fake forwards that we apparently have at the moment who are playing up front when shouldn't be. So Cavani would have to stay. It can work. It depends on your signings. All we have to do is tweak it. But that 4-4-2 with a diamond, that eliminates wingers. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we have to prepare for that. Or 4-4-2, the number 10 could come as the forward guy, as a false 9, and the other guys could be 2 wide sort of guys. That's the only way it's really going to work. But because we're a wing, we're used to having width. Our fullbacks, I don't think, especially on the right-hand side, are good to do the overlap. We don't get enough goals from the fullbacks. Luke Shaw, obviously, is class. But teams like that, like AC Milan, remember AC Milan used to play a wicked 4-4-2 diamond, but they had really good fullbacks would overlap and get across like that, So it can work, Talk MU. But at the moment, I think with the players that we got, it's going to be difficult to do that. But maybe we can do that in certain games, like Thursday.
Sure, we got a couple minutes. We're going to get this show locked off within the next 5. So come on, your thoughts on the formation.
4-4-2, I think it's been an interesting formation for us as United fans, right? We've seen it in the old days. It's being played out.
Diamond.
Diamond. But I'm just saying, as a formation, right? With the figures 4-4-2, those sort of players. I think the great thing about the diamond is it can flow quite nicely into our style of play. So I do hear where Talk MU is coming from. We just can't be playing McFred sandwich at all, anywhere near a diamond, a ruby, whatever it is that's going to be made into that midfield. None of that, we can't have that McFred sandwich in there. So if you want to play a diamond, I agree with you that we need to have Van der Beek, Pogba, Bruno, and then you need someone else sitting behind, obviously. But I think that's where our problem is. Can you rely on McTominay to do that? Be the bottom of that diamond?
Yeah.
I think that would be something that we could potentially see. But with Ollie, you never know. So I'm going to wait to see what happens.
On Monday.
Kohunde,
sorry. Kohunde.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we got the players to do that. Like Shah just mentioned about McTominay. I don't think he's a holding, screening midfielder. Matic was like 6 or 7 years younger, then maybe. I just don't think we got the players to do that, and we're not going to see it. He's got his style, his formation that he likes to stick to. So I'm not even going to talk about it.
Yeah, but you're saying about McTominay, and today showed that he's got the strength to handle these big players. When McFred didn't play alongside him and he played with Pogba, first game there was a little bit iffy. Second game they played together, it was a lot better. Even that last 20, that last 20 minutes that cameo that Pogba had. So
I just think if you're going to play the anchor man in that diamonds, you have to be able to get the ball off the centre backs, get the ball on half turn, pop. McTominay, he's got it. He hasn't got that in him just yet. I don't think he's capable of doing that just yet at a top class level. Remember, we're going to be in the Champions League next season, so we can't be like trying little things. Yeah, we can't be trying little things or trying little things with players that aren't proven at that. Even like Fred, you expect Fred to be able to do that job, play the anchor man, come in, pick up the ball, everything else, but he hasn't got the ability either. He get munched up easily. So if you're going to do that, the anchor man is very important. The only, like Kahinde said, the only man that could do that effectively or is proven to do that is Matic, because he's got the intelligence to sit in the back free and bring the ball out of the back like that.
Okay. I'm not going to answer that question because I'll save it for another show. But I'll tell you what we are going to do. We're going to say bye. We've hit our time. We've hit our limit. So this was your host, Mr. B Online.
Thank you.
We had down below Shah.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers, guys.
Kahunde, other side. Kahunde. And we've got, as always, my partner in rhyme and crime.
I love you, really, Mr. B. I really do.
Mr. Amonde over there. So, yeah. It's been good, as always. Like, subscribe, follow if you like the content. Talk MU, we need to get you on the show, man. We need to get you on the show, man. We need to get you out there. So, this is the Manu Agenda squad signing out. And we'll see you on Wednesday. We see you tomorrow. Studs up.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And we'll see you on Wednesday for the preview for the Roma game. Enjoy your evening, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody.
Come on, you Spurs! Come on, you Spurs! Let's go!
See you later, guys. Take care.